Leon S. Kennedy, rookie cop turned action hero, and one of the most beloved faces in the Resident Evil series. He saved the world more times than we can count, and fans absolutely adore him for it. But even legends have their flaws.
Ada.
Today, we're taking a closer look at some of Leon's biggest missteps. Moments that remind us he's not just a hero, but a human too.
Let them be.
Number 1. Blind loyalty. Leon's faith in the system never wavers. Leon's always been framed as the golden boy, the clean-cut, idealistic hero who never questions orders and always does what he's told. From his debut in Resident Evil 2 as a rookie cop to becoming a top-tier government agent, Leon consistently follows the chain of command without hesitation. No matter how corrupt or shady things get, his faith in the system never really cracks. And while that loyalty might make sense early on, after all, he's young and just trying to do the right thing, it becomes more concerning as the series goes on. The Resident Evil universe is filled with corrupt leaders, cover-ups, and weaponized viruses, and Leon sees all of it firsthand. Yet he rarely, if ever, pushes back against the government or questions its motives. But part of this blind allegiance might trace back to what happened right after Resident Evil 2. After escaping Raccoon City with a weakened Sherry Birkin, Leon was intercepted by the US military forces. He didn't get a hero's welcome. Instead, he was interrogated by a high-ranking government official, Adam Binford, and he was handed an ultimatum: join a new top-secret anti-B.O.W unit, or risk both his life and Sherry's safety.
So if you want this to end peacefully, you really have only one choice. Work for us.
The choice was clear: play along or disappear. So Leon agreed. He was trained, weaponized, and turned into a government asset. And while he did secretly begin investigating Umbrella on his own, his official role kept him tethered to the very system that let Raccoon City burn. From that point on, Leon became a trusted operative who answered directly to the president. But that trust and authority, forged under pressure and survival, never really faded. Even when he's staring corruption in the face, Leon keeps following orders. It's not exactly evil, but it raises serious questions about how much of a hero he really is, especially in a world where people in charge are often the ones creating this nightmare. Number 2. Letting Ben Bertolucci die. There's a key moment, not even in the original Resident Evil 2, but the 2019 remake nails it. When Leon finds Ben Bertolucci, a local journalist locked in the police station's jail cells, Ben claims he was locked away by Police Chief Brian Irons himself. Why? Because Ben discovered dirt on Irons, corruption, and was about to expose him. Now, Chief Irons isn't just your average crooked cop. No, he's one of the worst people in the entire Resident Evil universe. He's responsible for a ton of terrible things, from abusing his power to covering up massive scandals, and basically making Raccoon City's nightmare way worse than it had to be. He knew zombies were about to overrun the city, but instead of helping people escape, Irons shut down all the exits, trapping everyone inside. Not only that, he went full-on manhunt mode, hunting down and shooting anyone trying to flee, even in the sewers, apparently for fun. If that wasn't enough, the guy had a seriously twisted hobby: taxidermy. Yeah, he's got a thing for preserving bodies. And get this, he had plans to do the same to the mayor's daughter. Creepy doesn't even begin to cover it. Anyways, Ben offers Leon his keycard to escape through the parking garage. Basically a, hey, trust me, I'm on your side. But Leon, being the rookie cop with rose-tinted glasses for authority, hesitates. He can't quite wrap his head around the idea that the police chief might actually be bad. Because Leon refuses to believe this corruption, he freezes, and the moment costs Ben his life.
Hey, you need this!
The monstrous Mr. X smashes through the wall, crushing Ben's head before Leon can save him. If Leon had just trusted his gut, or accepted that sometimes the good guys aren't so good, Ben might still be alive right now. Number 3. Leon the B.O.W. The Weird Case of Resident Evil Gaiden. This one's a little strange. It's from Resident Evil Gaiden, a forgotten gem, or a total fever dream, depending on who you ask. The story starts off normal enough. Leon is now working with an underground organization trying to take down Umbrella, once and for all. He's sent to investigate a luxurious ocean cruiser called the Starlight, where there are rumors of a brand new bioorganic weapon on board. Then contact with Leon goes dark. They send in backup, none other than Barry Burton. That's right, Barry's back in action. He boards the ship, finds it swarming with zombies, and meets a strange orphan girl named Lucia, who can sense the presence of a B.O.W. Eventually, Barry reunites with Leon, and the two work together to save Lucia and try to stop the creature. But things started to get weird. There's betrayal, explosions, and an Umbrella submarine, and a disturbing reveal that Lucia has a parasite growing inside her, which Umbrella wants. Barry fakes a betrayal to trick Umbrella, gets the parasite removed, but it escapes, matures, and starts wreaking havoc. Then comes the real twist. The parasite is a shapeshifter. It takes the form of Leon, and for a while, nobody knows who to trust. Barry and Lucia find one Leon, then another. One is clearly the monster. They defeat the B.O.W., escape, and all seems well. Lucia's powers are gone, the ship sinks, and they ride off into the sunset. Except, not really. In the final scene of the game, right before the credits roll, Leon's neck is shown bleeding green blood. The real Leon? He might be dead. The Leon that escaped with Barry and Lucia might be the B.O.W. in disguise. Now, to be clear, Resident Evil Gaiden is not considered canon in the official timeline. It was originally meant to tie into Code Veronica, but Capcom later disregarded it, and its story was pretty much wiped from existence once Resident Evil 4 came out. None of the characters ever mention it, no events are referenced, it's like it never happened. But still, for one brief, bizarre chapter, Leon might have been a shape-shifting bioweapon in disguise. So this one might not count. Or does it? Has Leon been a B.O.W. this whole time? Probably not. But it's Resident Evil, so never say never. Number 4. He lets Ada Wong cloud his judgment. Leon's problematic soft side. Leon's no villain here. Trying to find a connection in a world overrun by zombies and corporate conspiracies is understandable, but his fascination with Ada Wong consistently gets him in trouble. From their first encounter in Resident Evil 2, Leon is laser focused on uncovering why this Umbrella agent is in Raccoon City. During the game's tease finale, when Annette Birkin attempts to shoot Ada, Leon steps in to protect her, showing just how far he's willing to go for someone he barely knows. Ada returns the favor by patching him up and even planning a kiss on him. Fast forward to Resident Evil 4, and despite mounting evidence that Ada might not be trustworthy, Leon continues to place his faith in her. His misplaced trust eventually allows Wesker to get his hands on a dangerous parasite called Las Plagas, sparking even more chaos. By the time Resident Evil 6 rolls around, it's clear Leon's feelings for Ada haven't faded. When Chris Redfield is trying to detain Ada near the game's climax, Leon doesn't back down. Instead, he throws down in a surprisingly intense fistfight with a longtime ally, all to protect her. So while Leon is definitely a hero, his blind devotion to Ada repeatedly clouds his judgment and leads to some seriously questionable decisions. Number 5. Shutting Claire down. One of Leon's most questionable choices comes right at the end of Resident Evil Infinite Darkness, and it's made worse by the fact that Claire Redfield is standing right there, practically begging him to do the right thing, and he flat out ignores her. After surviving the events of the series, Leon and Claire come into possession of critical evidence. It proves that Jason, one of the infected soldiers, was telling the truth. Defense Secretary Wilson was involved in trafficking B.O.W.s to be used in a foreign war. During the final showdown, Wilson ends up infected by Jason's mutated form, but somehow escapes the chaos alive. Claire wants to take the evidence public, to expose Wilson's role and hold the government accountable. Leon, on the other hand, shuts her down. He says keeping the truth under wraps is the smarter move, claiming he can use the intel to prevent future bioweapon disasters. But really, he's more concerned about protecting public trust, believing that if this information got out, it could shatter faith in the government. It's yet another example of Leon's biggest reoccurring flaw, his unwavering loyalty to authority, and even when that authority has been clearly corrupted, despite everything he's seen and the friends standing right in front of him, Leon still chooses silence over justice. Number 6. Flirting in the face of death. Leon might be saving the world one bioterror outbreak at a time, but that doesn't mean he always takes things seriously. Depending on which version of him you're dealing with, rookie cop or a seasoned DSO agent, he tends to carry himself with a sarcastic edge and, more often than not, a bit of a flirtation. One of Leon's more noticeable habits throughout the series is his tendency to hit on women in the middle of life or death scenarios. In Resident Evil 2 Remake, his brief moments with Claire are sprinkled with light flirtation and witty banter, all while the undead are literally closing in around them. And this isn't a one-off. In Resident Evil 4, he flirts with pretty much every major female character he interacts with, whether it's Ashley Graham, Ada Wong, or his mission support Ingrid Hunnigan, Leon always finds a moment to be a little too smooth for someone knee-deep in parasites and cultists. The moment that really seals it, when Hunnigan briefly removes her glasses during a call, Leon immediately comments on her looks and asks her out.
You know, you're kind of cute without those glasses. Give me your number when I get back.
Mid-mission, during one of the most dangerous operations in his life, he throws out one-liners with Ashley, flirts casually with Hunnigan, and keeps up his complicated dance with Ada.
Bit of advice, try using knives next time. Works better for close encounters.
Number 7. Leaving Lieutenant Branagh behind. In the Resident Evil 2 remake, and the original, Leon finally arrives at the Raccoon City Police Department, only to find the place in absolute chaos, and nearly everyone dead. One of the few survivors he comes across is Lieutenant Marvin Branagh, but it's already too late for him. Branagh's been bitten, and it's clear his time is running out. He knows it, Leon knows it, and anyone who's spent more than 5 minutes in Raccoon City knows what's coming next. Maybe Leon couldn't bring himself to putting Branagh out of his misery, and sure, that's a tough call for anyone, but he also didn't take any real steps to making Branagh's final moments safer or more dignified. No first aid, no backup plan, no isolation, just a quiet nod and a quick exit. It's easy to chalk this up to Leon being overwhelmed. After all, it's his first day on the job. The city is falling apart, and nobody really trains you for a zombie apocalypse. But still, knowing what he already had seen, you have to wonder what Leon was thinking by walking away without doing more. For someone who's usually trying to save everyone, this was a rare and unfortunate moment where Leon could have handled things better. Leon's always been the kind of guy who wears his heart on his sleeve. Unlike other characters who can compartmentalize their emotions and focus strictly on the mission, Leon's compassion runs deep. He cares too much, and that's both his greatest strength and his biggest weakness. Because of this, Leon often makes decisions driven by hope that everyone can walk away alive. Sadly, that idealism has backfired more than once, leading to poor choices that hurt others. The weight of these mistakes has taken a heavy toll, drowning his sorrows in alcohol, becoming a shadow of the confident hero fans once knew. It's a sobering reminder that even heroes have their breaking points. But Leon's story doesn't end there. Resident Evil 4 Remake shows a different side of him, a more hardened, wary Leon who's grown a lot since the original. He's far less trusting of Ada Wong now, finally learning to keep his guard up instead of letting his heart rule the day. And that flirtatious charm, it's dialed way back, replaced by a sharper focus and a more serious edge. The evolution feels earned, a reflection of the scars he's carried and the lessons he's painfully learned. Leon may still be a hero, but he's a more complex, battle-worn one. And honestly, that's the Leon fans deserve.
Where's everyone going? Bingo?